Hi, friends. Today I want to talk to you about Murder Under Redwood Moon by Sherri Dodd. I read Murder Under Redwood Moon as a part of the WOW Women on Writing tour. And this was the kind of story that reminded me just why witchy magical realism is my favorite genre. From the very beginning, this book was totally absorbing. It's the kind of story where you open the first page and suddenly you're somewhere else entirely. Even when I had to put the book down and go back to my real life, it still felt like I had one foot left in this magical world. The story is told from a couple of different perspectives, and even though you know who you're hearing from, sometimes you're not quite sure exactly who they really are until a part of the mystery has been unfolded in front of you. There are also a couple of flashbacks that reveal some of the dark history behind these main characters. Most of the story is told through the eyes of Arista, a young woman raised in a world of witchcraft, rituals, spells, crystals. And I love how normalized all of that was in this story. Sure, there were a few townspeople who felt like it was taboo, but on the most part, it felt like the town accepted these women for who they were and what they took part in, and sometimes trusted them and relied on them because of it. Because of this dark history that we get flashback peeks into, Arista was raised primarily by her aunt since the age of 8. And it was this aunt's responsibility to pass on all of this witchy wisdom. I absolutely love generational magic books. I love the bond between family members as they participate in these rituals that they've been doing traditionally for years. And I love the stepping into one's own power type of feeling that these books often provide. It kind of creates this special inner familial connection, these shared secret bonds or rituals that they participate in together. And it's a bond that's so unique and so special. While there are some very dark elements, this horrifying past and this current mystery of these women who keep disappearing, the characters have such a lightness and their relationships have such an uplifting energy, and they're very supportive of each other even while they're experiencing these dark times. And so even though the content of the story can feel heavy and dark at times, the overall book has a very uplifting and loving and supportive nature to it, because this witchy family, ultimately their interest is to do good and to help, to harm none. And so they give this story a very warm, grounding feeling. I'm not normally a book annotator, but I found myself highlighting quite a few quotes from this story. One of them in particular was, "Anything can become taboo through ignorance, and ignorance creates fear." I love that quote so much because it's something that I'm always saying. There's a lot of situations in this world where people can think that something is bad or that something has negative or dark intentions simply because they don't understand it. And I love that there were some characters in this story who were hesitant to lean in or trust what these women were doing, even though they were trying to help solve these murders. And the reaction from Arista was, the only reason you think it's taboo is because you don't understand it, or the people around you don't understand it. And so they have a fear, and fear is what causes that feeling. It was so nice to see this reflected in the book. I was so surprised by the ending that I'm not going to say anything about, but let me just say I did not see it ending that way. And it definitely left us in a bit of a cliffhanger. So you better believe I'm going to be reading book 2 as soon as I possibly can. Overall, I absolutely loved Murder Under Redwood Moon. It delivered that immersive, atmospheric, witchy vibe that I love so much. And I want to say thank you to WOW Women on Writing for inviting me to be a part of this book tour. I absolutely look forward to continuing this series. If you enjoy witchy mysteries, magical realism, or stories rooted in generational magic and small town folklore, I think this one will be a great fit for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this review, make sure you like and subscribe, and go ahead and share your thoughts in the comments. No spoilers. And check out the description below for more bookish content and my full review on this book on my blog. I hope you have a delightful day.